Okay, we're going to look at the lateral surface area of a prism. Okay, we know from the formula that we can get the lateral surface area by doing the individual faces or by multiplying the perimeter of the base by the height. For example, here's a rectangle and its dimensions are 24 blocks by 5 blocks, making a total area of 5 times 24, which is 120. If I take this and fold it, this long edge now is going to become the perimeter of my prism. Okay, so folding it off here, we have a prism with a square base. Okay, each face now is going to have an area of 5 by 6, which is 30, making a total area of 30 times 4, 120, which is what we had calculated. Okay, if I look at each individual face here, each individual face is a 5 by 30 square, 5 by 6 square with an area of 30. If I take that, fold it, and cut it in half, instead of the area being 30, my new shape will have an area of 15, and that will be a triangle. 1.5 base times height is the area of the triangle. So when I take this, do that to every face, pinch them together paper doll style, I get this kind of a setup. Okay. If I compare that with the original rectangle, we can see that since each triangle is half the rectangle, then the area of this piece is half of the original rectangle. So half of 120 is 60. And then I fold these pieces together and join them at the top and make a nice pyramid. So there's our pyramid. So the surface area of this pyramid would be half of the perimeter times the original height of the rectangle, which is now the slant height. It's not the height of the pyramid anymore because we had to tip the sides to make the pyramid. Comparing it with the original prism, we see the prism is taller. There's more height there. Okay? But if we use the slant height, which is the height on each one of these faces, multiply that by the perimeter and divide that by 2, we get the surface area of the pyramid. So that's the surface area of the pyramid formula, lateral surface area. 1/2 perimeter of the base times the slant height. If we want to calculate the volume, we would need to know the actual height of the pyramid. And to do that, we would have to use the Pythagorean theorem to calculate the height. So here's a pyramid, okay? The edges of the pyramid are in black. The diagonals of the base are green. And the red is the little triangle we have to look at in order to use the Pythagorean theorem. So in this red triangle, the slant height is the hypotenuse, which we know. The bottom leg is half of the base, so that's easy to figure out. And then the height is our unknown, and that's what we need to figure out with the Pythagorean theorem. So the height squared plus the short leg squared equals the slant height squared would be our Pythagorean theorem to get the height.